Okay, class, lesson 4, functions. Before we dive into defining our own functions, we're going to take a look at some oldies but goodies. You've been using functions all along. The functions within Python show up with an idle, show up in a purple text color. You've been using type, integer, float, format, range, dir, print this entire time. This lesson, I know they touch on min, max, and length, and we'll get to those in a second. But let's revisit an oldie but goodie. Let's revisit range, right? So we'll make a variable called myRange. We'll have it equal a range. We'll start at 1. We'll go to 10. We'll stop at 11, and we'll count by 1. So a simple 1 through 10. We'll hit enter. We'll say for each item in myRange, print item. That's it. And here, if we call on myRange, you see that the range is set up between start with 1, stop at 11. It drops the last part, which is a step by 1, which is the default. But in our for statement, for each item in my range of items, print the individual item. And here we have each individual item, starting at 1, stopping at 10. Well, because we're told to stop at 11, so we get 1 through 10. So it's a range function, dir function, print. And you notice we use two functions here, two built-in functions, range and print. Print allows you to put something to standard output to the screen. Range allows you to declare a range of integers. So you can use them in conjunction with each other. We can also build your own. And within your own functions, you could call on built-in functions or other functions you've designed. So it's kind of a build-on-build approach, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes, but I just want to explain to you that you've used them all along. So relax. Functions are nothing more than reusable pieces of code. A name block of statements referred to by the defining name, and we'll dive more into that in a couple minutes. But let's look at some pre-built ones. Let's look at the min-max, right? So in this example, you have max on hello class, right? Hello class, hit enter. We get the S for max. Has the highest ASCII value, right? Or Unicode value. And then we'll do max on a list of integers. We got 10, comma, 9, comma. Ooh, I'm putting periods, not commas. Good enough, right? Hit enter. We get the max value, which is 10. Then we do the min. I go up here, hit home because I'm lazy. Get the min value, which is the space. In this case, this one should be 2. And we got 2. So, min, max, built-in functions. They work differently between integers and strings. Let's move on to the length function. Length function is pretty cool. We'll start with hello class again. It says 11. Well, 11 what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It counts the space. It counts everything between your single quotes. So you have 10 characters in a space, or 11 objects, or 11 string placement holders, whatever tickles your fancy. Between your single quotes, you have 11 objects. Awesome. Let's try this. So to do that, by the way, what I'm doing is I'm moving my cursor to the front of an already typed line. I'm hitting enter, and that pulls up something I've already typed before. And then I'm hitting the home key, typing in a new command, and using the delete key, then hitting end and enter. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 keystrokes as opposed to retyping everything. Like I said, lazy. Or is it smart? Who knows? Just using what's available. So here we have the length of a list. Length on a list counts each object in your list. And in this case, I only have 9 objects because I stopped. Let's add that 1. Now I have my 10 objects, which is each integer. Let's add a 0 for fun, right? See what this does. Yep, it counts the 0 as an object. So length counts the number of whatever object is either in between your parentheses if it's a string, or within a list, it counts each object. And this is a quick intro to min, max, and length, and a small discussion of what functions are. And we'll dive more into functions in a minute.